This is working. Where's my Twitch up? Okay, I think we're live, but it's not updating on my computer. Can you see anything? Or hear anything? Make sure everything's okay. Alright, good. Is any music playing in the background? Because I want that to work, but for some reason, Streamlabs doesn't want to play background audio. I'll see if it plays Rocket League. Alright, let's go back to the start then. I've watched a bit of it already, just to see if I can give advice. But yeah, it should be, I should be able to give some advice. Just let me get this up. Click on that. Okay, now I should be able to see the chat on my iPad, so this should be good. So we'll just go from here then. So I like this staying. Wait, this is you, right? That'll explain it. I thought the replay was a bit different. And let's actually start it. So yeah, there I think there was just a mechanical thing. Not too much to say about that. Yeah. Alright, first bit of advice. Woohoo! We've got here. You're going for it, and I think your objective here is to try and get it on target. When I feel like your objective should be to pass it down to your teammate. He's in a great position, right? If you just pass that right in front of him, that's basically an open net. Sorry about the bike. Some guy's revving as loud as he can outside. But yeah, just pass to your teammate here instead of trying to shoot on net, because it makes it difficult on him. And I guess we can come out of this one. Obviously you want to pressure him, but I think you should also keep in mind if he misses it, like he does here. Because you can pressure and make sure when you hit it, it's on target. You just have to imagine he's not there, almost. Because then you probably would have scored if you just wouldn't, either weren't hesitating and just ignored him. Unless your plan was to dunk him, but I would say you would have to go even higher for that. But anyway, I do like this plan. Just maybe you could have got a goal out of it if you'd been a bit more, I don't know. If you maybe just ignored him there. Okay. Well, nothing to complain there. Okay. Yeah, that's just the bounce, I think, that put you off. Like, I don't think there's anything I can specifically say so you try and do this less. I guess just be wary of the corner, because you don't need to rush this, because they're not close. So you can make sure, okay, is it going to be a terrible bounce? If so, I'm ready. And even if it's a good bounce, at least you made sure, you know? There wasn't any point to rush beating him to the ball. So you could probably back up a bit more on that. I'll show you. So here, you don't need to approach so fast. You kind of just, yeah. It's an awkward bounce, I admit, but you can be more ready for this. Because if he'd just approached you slowly, without caring if you'd hit it or not, then that probably would have been a goal for them. That's fine. Just make sure they don't have an angle. I like that. I would probably... Alright. I'll go back even more. Here, I wouldn't say there's any point to boost. Just try and conserve it here. Because even if you get a dunk on him, I don't see what that's going to do. Because he could just follow that up again. Like, just I think you... How much boost did you waste here? Right, you have 50. And you use all of that just to try and get a dunk. When you could have been going to pack post and use that boost for maybe a clear. I just don't see the value wasting the booster. From like what could have happened. I'd say that's fine. Maybe a bit shaky, but are you in comms with these guys? Let me check. No, you're not. Oh god, I'm so bad with controls. Jesus. Yeah, I understand why you want to leave it here. Or did you just feel uncomfortable here? Because I felt like you could have gone for it, but you just you waited for a teammate to go for it. Because, alright, either A, you go as fast as you can to this ball to try and get a block. B, you rotate to back post, and just follow those two options. Right, I don't see why you reverse up the wall, because that's going to take longer. And I think it's more beneficial to just rotate to back posts. Like here, I think you're just putting yourself out of the play. You could have gone past that, or you could have just gone back. That was a weak shot by him. That's unfortunate. I see what you tried to do. Again, I think you think about pushing it down the line a bit too much. Like, you see your teammate down there, so you don't necessarily have to get power on this. Just make sure it's in front of him, so he can maybe hit it down. Instead, I think you try and get above it too much. And too much to the right of it, if that makes sense. Which is kind of hard to do here, because it's so close to you. Instead, you could have just maybe even got like a wheel hit here, because that would have passed it down really nice. Oh, alright. What did you want to do though? I just get messages there, by the way. Because even if you what was your plan here? Because if you were trying to push it down the line, then meh. If you tried to pass, then yeah. I just prefer you passing it down to him. That's all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't understand that, but I think it's because you were trying to hit it up the field. That's the reason why you whiffed on it a bit more than you would have if you tried to pass it down. If that makes sense. You just need a wheel hit there, or something to put it down for your teammate. Because I'll do this again. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but if it just went down to him, I think it would have just been a bit smoother. Obviously, you miscalculated it, so I couldn't really see if it would have been better to push it down. But I think a pass is always better than just mindlessly pushing it down the field. This is fun. I think you should know this isn't yours. You might be a bit greedy here. Because I'm almost certain, like, unless the teammate you see right here, you kind of just saw a quick glance of him. Like, I'm pretty sure, as soon as you see he's got the boost, I'm pretty sure he's going to be back in time to hit this upfield. So I'm not sure why you try and go for it as well. I like this. It's a good one. That's a goal though. I think your teammate went for boost. Or did you get pushed down there? We check. Oh, he just took ages to get back. Tried to half flip it to the side. Oh, he's just back at the play before. Let me see. I think it's a bit further back than this. Yeah, I know. I think you would have hit it too far down though, because you can see, all right. Even if you would have pushed it down the field, I doubt your teammate could have got faster to the ball than them. Like, I'll show you. I'm pretty sure if you pushed it down, pretend the ball lands here. Oh wait, other play? What time? Do you know? Well, the ball wasn't mine, you said. Oh, right, here. Right, there we go. You tried to push it down the field. Well, yeah, but you know you aren't queued with these guys, right? Like maybe that mentality is different with a team. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. So I can't even think. Yeah, you're not in a team, so in solo standard stuff, you probably shouldn't try to do too much, if that makes sense, because you don't know if they're aggressive or passive, and I think in this situation that demonstrates that. Because obviously, I think in solo stand, well, it's not solo standard, but you're not on a team with them. So obviously there's going to be trust issues, I feel. So I understand what you were trying to do with it. Maybe that's not the question you're asking. Maybe it's just you're trying to justify yourself. I just think it's better for him to hit it though. But I think your teammate was a bit too. He really didn't trust her. And I think that's what caused it, actually, the goal. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be like, because some people do that to me sometimes, where I'll go on a point where I am justifying it, not necessarily agreeing with what I did. So, kind of did the same thing, but yeah, no, it's a learning experience, I guess. I like that. Pressured him. His teammate just got a poor touch though. Ooh, that's shaky. Teammate kind of passed that. Yeah, I don't think there's much you could have done, because you kind of... That was a very lucky touch by him. I don't think that play's too critical. It was more your teammate's fault, I feel there. Could you have pushed up here? No, you couldn't have. Oh, I really like this. That's like one of my big issues, where I'll just clear it without paying attention. Yeah, you made sure you didn't get a dunk on you, which is great. Right. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say push up the field more, but you never know if what's his name? This Jeep. I'm gonna call him Jeep. You never know if Jeep's what's him? You never know if Leon's gonna just pass it to Jeep or you if you move up. So I like you staying back. Otherwise, in a team, I'd think I'd like you to, as soon as you see this, call out to maybe call out to Jeep that you're going to the field and pass to the right, but it's soloist. It's just you with them on the team, so I just like staying back. I don't like this though. I would have agreed with you pushing up the field a lot more. Because you see... Is it? Yeah, Jeep's rotating all the way back. So you have room to move up the field. I mean, because although it's a goal, you could have been much more central in case this guy like banged it on the backboard. And then you would have been in the perfect position to hit it back. But you kind of put yourself a bit too far to the right, I think. If he did do something like that. So that's a meh, but it's still a goal. Your teammate's just not going for it. Why is he not going for it? Never mind. I like this. You kind of see that you have to. Do I like you hitting it like that? I probably prefer... You kind of hit it outwards. When I probably would have preferred it in your corner, but that's just being nitpicky. Like if I just play it again, I'd rather you hit it to maybe where that boost is. I guess I can explain why. Because if you make sure that bounces on the wall right in the corner, that may bounce favorably. So it would be a really hard shot for them. And also, it's almost further away from them, so maybe one of your teammates can approach to try and get a block. Because you kind of hit it away from both your teammates. When you could have let it be a tiny bit closer to them. But just nitpicky. I think that could be seen either way, actually. I think you're a bit slow here. Oh, this could be just down to some like reflex. But because you see literally like both of them are out of the game, right? There's no one to challenge it. You should rush this and try and hit it. I'll go into fly here. None. You should rush to hit it as it's flying against the wall here. Because then it will rebound in and your teammate basically has the most open net of his life. Instead you take a bit longer and try and get around it. Which is, it's alright, but it just gets less power. As you can see, and it would have been better if he passed down to this guy by hitting it against the wall. Because literally, it would have taken so long for all of them to get back. And he would have had quite a long time to shoot it on net. And you could just score it there. It's scoreable. It's just being fast enough and being accurate enough. Just the hesitance allows him to get back in time, which is usually quite a bad thing. Just a miss hit here. It's fine. That's fine. I probably on this hit, I don't like this because you're just hitting it away from your teammate and closer to them. So you're not really going to keep possession like this. Let's see, what would I prefer you to do? Maybe wait a tiny bit longer. Get closer to the, get more to the left of the ball and hit it onto the wall and back into center. Almost like completely flat or 90 degrees against the wall. Because then that would center it nicely. And your teammate always has the chance to beat the defender to the ball. But here you just kind of don't really do anything with it, and nothing comes out of it. I think you're a bit too slow here. I would be rushing as soon as I can to this ball. Like, as soon as you see this, I'd be pegging it. Right? Because you took a bit too long, and the amount of the goal that was open was huge. This guy just did an own goal. Like, because you know one of your teammates rotating back. Let's see. Is it Leon? No, it's this guy. Although he's going to take a while to get... no, I wouldn't have relied on him, actually. I just think it would have made it a lot safer. Right? Because if this guy was good enough, that would be top corner every time. Obviously, he's not good enough, so you could say maybe being in goal was better. But I think if you're looking for the next level, like Grand Champ, Champ 3, you'd have to just early challenge that. Because, again, they're going to be a lot better at Champ 3 and Grand Champ. Is this Champ 3, by the way? You said you were better. I'm just assuming it's Champ 2. Because I feel like that's the sort of level this is. Like Champ 2 Div 2-ish. Alright. That makes sense then. Wait, what do you mean 2 out of 3? Isn't it 2 out of like 4? Now I'm actually confused. My brain has been fried. Two or three? Oh, you mean you're between the border of both of them? Alright. Do I like this? Let me go back in. Right here, I think it would be better to just stop and wait for him to pass back, because I think he's good enough to do it. But I think he might come a little bit too close, so he's like, I don't want to hit it past my teammate. So he's done like a really weak and feeble hit. So, like, here you notice. Well, you do actually stop. What am I on about? No, you do notice it. I'm just being kind of dumb. Yeah. Could you have seen that in the future? Let's see. You couldn't really. Never mind, I was talking. I thought you were a lot faster when you were approaching that ball, but I agree with what you did there. Much. That's fine. Yeah. Here, you double jump, but I feel like it would be better for a single jump. Because then you could get a flip on it, and I feel like you don't need to rush this ball really, because can you see unlucky even if you get to do you need to rush this ball? No, I don't think you do. Even if that kind of centers it, it's probably going to be a weak hit. Because what he's going to have to do, he's going to have to hit it hard against the wall, but it looks like he was just going for a shot on net anyway. But I feel like even if he did hit it, you're like, even with a single jump, you would have a much more solid 50 than he would. Especially if he's going on net. Like, maybe if he was hitting against the wall, this could go any way, but I feel like a single jump would work 100% of the time here. Because what you have an issue here, because you double jump, you don't get as much accuracy as you would have wanted, or was power, I guess. Well, I guess you could get it both ways. I just find it's always easier to get like accuracy and power with a single jump. Because here you kind of sort of hit it downwards too much, and if that's what's his name? In memory of Aaron. Yeah, if this Jazz guy would have turned on that, then that's basically an open goal that you've left yourself open with. So maybe to ensure that you don't sort of hit it down like that, again, single jump, and then flip. Because I don't think it was necessary to beat into the ball there. Did I surrender? That last point's a bit shaky, but I still think it's valid. Like, I just prefer it. Well, that's the replay analysis, I guess. So, first off, I want to say, are there any points you disagree with? Second, do you think you've learned anything? I want you to be honest here, because I don't know. I want to feel justified some way and see if I've actually helped maybe a bit. Most of my point is good, or do you disagree with some tips? Are most of them alright? And I guess finally, good luck to Champ 3. And also, if the music is playing, I don't think it is. No, you should hear these funky drums. It's pretty good. Boom, boom. Oh, good. Yeah, the reason why I'm confused about the music playing is Streamlabs isn't saying it's picking it up, right? And that's just like, what? So yeah, just a bit insecure about the music. Yeah, double jumping or single jumping, and focus on passing a little better. Yeah. Although this is kind of a minor point, I feel like you hesitate a bit as well. Like, I feel Grand Champs, I know you're trying to work on the decision making, but if you can just be faster than the opponent, sometimes it's like decision making can be, oh, I've scored a goal anyway just because I was faster than him. Like, you need to be fast and good at decision making. And I feel like if you're fast, you're probably going to be worse at the start at decision making. Like, worse than you would if you were taking it a bit slower. But that's how you get to high levels, is having both of them. And it's probably faster to learn to play fast and then learn decision making than decision making and then playing fast. And I don't appreciate this. I'm gonna just do this. That's great. It's not too loud. Maybe the sound level on sees. I don't know. Like, maybe if because that means it would have to come up through my. Maybe that actually does make sense. Because I'm seeing occasional jumps, but they're like super tiny. I just assumed it was like static audio. Huh. The more you know. Also, this is great. I thought last stream I was having connectivity issues and it was horrible, and I had to pause about every 5 minutes. I think it'd be a bit louder, but not too much. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going for, I guess. But yeah, thanks for listening. You can, if you want another replay analysed, then just come back in 2 weeks, and then you can post another one. Even though it's been like 5 weeks or something since you last posted a replay. It's when the replay analysis gets done, when the time starts. Yeah, hope you get to Grand Champ eventually. Anyway, if you can, I'd really appreciate a follow. I'm a poor Twitch streamer. Need some of those sick followers. How have I got 5 viewers? That makes no sense. I'll keep in touch on Discord. Yeah, that should be fine. We can do it. I can do another analysis on unofficially whenever you want. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be on the Discord term or on the Rocket League terms. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you another time then. I mean, what I could do now, right? I could do one of my I was gonna do one of my own replays, but I feel like I'll save that for another time. We'll leave this as more of a Rocket League server coaching thing. Right? Well, see ya, and I'll be out.